now do you want the feminine tools?
I do.
Okay. So now I'm a female and you're the male.
Got it.
Okay? I am never going to ask you what you feel unless you're puking or bleeding.
Oh, okay.
I will never ask you if you're happy, sad. I will never mother you. Because when I mother you, I'm disrespecting you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'm saying, you really have got to lose some weight.
Oh, that's...
See, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. You've got to get more money home. You see? It's telling. So the first tool is never ask a gentleman what he feels unless he's physically ill. Then you can mother him. Chicken soup, whatever.
Right. So if they're helpless, puking, bleeding,
you can mother
them.
But other times, you can't deal with his anger, you can't deal with his sadness, you can't deal with his confusion.
Right.
But, second tool, I have an idea
Okay.
that might be helpful, but I can't say I have an idea and I want you to do it. That's mothering.
Got it.
The second tool for a woman when she wants to teach, preach, bitch, moan, or question him. Who is that woman? Blah, blah, whatever. Did you notice that when I did the men, it was bitch, moan, teach, preach, question. With women, it's teach, preach, bitch, moan. When women go into their left lobe, they're becoming men.
I see that.
When men go into their, where do you want me to wear? Where do you want to go? How many women are so sick of polite men? You see? What they're being is feminine.
So how do we get out of that?
You say, I really appreciate you respecting me, but I don't feel good when I'm respected by a man I respect. Too many respectables. I want to be cherished. So lead me. I will absolutely tell you the truth. So I am the woman speaking to a man and I'm uncomfortable. Honey, I have something to say that may not feel respectable for you, but it's my feelings.
Okay.
Would it be convenient for you to listen to my bad feelings? Hopefully today. Why today? Because when I go to sleep, my paper shredder dreams will try to resolve it. But when it doesn't, the fallout is garbage.
Right.
Do you see? So if it's convenient for you to listen to me, I would deeply appreciate it.
Okay.
Now that's second tool. Third tool is fighting. Now, you're the man now.
Okay.
Raise your right hand. I promise
I promise
to give, protect, and cherish
to give, protect, and cherish
women,
kids,
animals,
and
the planet, even when they're illogical,
illogical,
irrational, and often irritating. So help me God. That's cherishing. Because we women have a bigger corpus callosum, all of us.
Right.
Men who are right-handed have a smaller corpus callosum, which means they make better cops, military, because they can bifurcate their thoughts from their feelings. Do you see what I mean?
I do.
But left-handed men, Einstein, Picasso, Da Vinci, Michelangelo, Paul McCartney, Frank Sinatra, Thomas Jefferson, 4 to 5 of the last presidents and vice presidents are left-handed.
Okay.
Ambidextrous men, biologically gay men.
There you
We are all female for 8 days in utero. Then mother notices there's a Y in there. Oh! And so she and the baby start putting in the SRY gene, which is producing testosterone, which is molding the baby girl into a boy.
Yes.
But if mom doesn't give enough, the boy is trapped between boy and girl.
Oh, interesting.
Do you see?
I do.
Isn't that amazing?
It is quite amazing when you...
So when we talk about, genders,
Mm.
everybody's both.
Yeah.
But we're all on a continuum. Some of us, I know I've got some male genes,
Oh, I do too.
because I act like that. And it's okay with me. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
So with that in mind, the third tool is make him right for what he's doing wrong. You have a right to say that, think that, feel that, do that, not do that. But I'm uncomfortable. Are you interested in what would help me be comfortable?
Right. I see that.
Fourth tool.
Okay.
I sense by the tone of your voice, the look on your face, your body language, your acts, gestures. Every culture's got a bird.
They do.
It's just different birds, but it says the same thing.
Yes.
And it's the way you're signaling your discomfort.
Mm.
What can I do to help you and I feel better?
Mm.
That's woman. What can I do to help us do better? That's man.
Mm.
And the last one is time out.
Right.
If he does it and he's the male, you say, what can I do to help us do better? If you're the female, he says, what can I do to help you and I feel better? Both. You're both female.
Right.
Those are the tools of my PhD.
I love it.
Good.
Congratulations on making that success and, doing your doctoral work and spreading the words. Anything.
Yes, I'm doing that.
And I really love the book I Do, Getting to I Do.
Getting to I Do. Hay House just published my last one. It's called It's a Man's World and a Woman's Universe.
Ooh, sounds so good.
That is something else. It's about love. It deals with the East and the West. And it deals with a book on I-ness, we-ness, us-ness.
Oh.
It goes in depth.
I love it. So if you guys haven't picked up a copy, I'll leave it down the link below, and then
Be sure that they know Dr. DrPatallen.com
yes,
is how you get to this info.
for sure. I'll leave it down, link down below. And if you want to see her in person, you can also still practice today.
I have an international radio show, LA Talk Radio.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
You know how I actually found out about you?
How?
Through astrology.
Astrology?
Yeah. Some guy was one of your students and was trying to figure out what anima and animus.
Yes. Carl Jung's wife wrote the book.
I know.
Carl Jung was not that interested in it, but she was.
Yes.
Thank you, God.
Right.
Men are in charge of junk.
I totally agree. Material things.
Women are in charge of oxygen.
Ah.
Oxygen is for talking
Yes.
and breathing. Women are in charge of the spiritual, virtuous level. Now, some men are the feminine.
Right.
They're the ones that say, no, that's not moral, ethical, and legal. I don't want to do it.
Right. And I see that. And that's a really interesting fact when you were saying women are in charge of air, because they are
Yes.
the operation
I know.
of the relationship,
I
or
know.
the foundation, really.
Right.
And the man is she support his vision.
Yes.
And
If she respects him.
if she respects him,
And he cherishes her.
I do agree with you.
The more a woman is cherished, the more she feels respected.
Right.
The more a man is respected, the more he feels cherished.
So she should start speaking from how she feels versus with how she thinks. That's if she wants
makes
to be
an appointment. She can make an appointment
appointment.
anytime. I have an idea, I have a suggestion, I have a want, I have an opinion about this subject. would it be convenient for you to listen to me, hopefully today?
Right. I see
But if
that.
not today, when?
Right. And I want to talk about, like you were mentioning earlier, about transactional analysis, about communication or sabotaging a relationship at a younger
Yes.
age. Transactional analysis really breaks down even at a younger age. There's a couple stages, the parent stage,
Yes.
right? And there's the adult stage,
Yes.
and the child. And would you be able to explain a little bit more of the ego state of, if your parents are speaking to you this way?
Scripting.
Scripting. That's
See,
correct.
that's scripting. Claude Steiner's book, Scripts People Live,
Right.
you see?
And what does that mean? Like people
What that means
scripting.
is, do you know that by the age of 10 months,
Okay.
a child has to hear the dialect of the person it's going to verbally communicate with? If a child, that's why Chinese and American English, they have difficulty with L and M because they didn't hear it before they were 10 months old.
Okay.
If you don't get your brain wired by 3,
Okay.
you're cooked. You go to any preschool, you'll see the bullies, you'll see the whiners, and you'll see the negotiators by 3. That's Freud's work.
Okay.
Do you see
that? Yeah.
And so that's when language comes in.
Yeah.
So whoever teaches language controls.
All right. I see that now.
You see?
I do.
Now we women, we're built because we connect our thoughts and our feelings.
Right.
We use more words, which drives men who are right-handed crazy.
Right.
They don't want all these words.
Okay.
See, so I suggest you use my language. It's simple.
It is simple.
It's like drive on the right side of the yellow line in America, the left side in England, or you die.
I agree.
Okay?
That's a good illustration right there.
Got it. Totally.
So when, Eric Byrne's work, when it says, one of his books is called The Games That People Play.
Yes.
And what's that all about?
It's about being out of integrity. Your parents have taught you through intimidation and seduction not to negotiate. So you are a gamey person. There's streams of games that you play. Do you see?
Right.
Rather than just negotiating from where you're at to where they're at.
Right.
I'm okay, you're okay.
Yes.
Do you see?
I'm not okay.
So I teach people how to speak even if they're not okay. When I started practicing as a therapist, I was sobering up.
Right.
Do you see?
I do.
And I had to get in on 3 sessions with any clients because they'd be off using or doing something. Do you see?
I do.
So my speed and precision is based on the pathology of scripting that drives people to drink and eat. I used to weigh 205 pounds.
You look amazing.
Well, I used to be that because I needed the comfort. Do you see? You can't diet off 100 and some pounds. You have to change your lifestyle so you don't need to eat
Right.
for 105 pounds.
Right. Food is a comfort as well.
Totally. And we never, ever binge on lettuce, do we?
No, we don't.
The brain lives on glucose
Yes.
or medicine
Yes.
or drugs.
I do see that.
And your body produces drugs. See? Dopamine,
Dopamine.
norepinephrine, and serotonin. But if you've got a genetic problem where so many generations of your family did scripted, stupid things,
You're right.
you're going to be born with a genetically defective brain that automatically speaks gamey.
Right. And I think that's
But I can help you rewire. What do you say after you say hello? Eric Byrne wrote. I say ASR.
okay. Yeah, they were saying that if you're not okay and if you're playing the games, you're sabotaging or playing
Yes,
or manipulating or being scripted. And you were mentioning about DNA, about generation. I
yes,
think it's called right now ancestry
yes,
trauma
that's right.
DNA. So it pass on even though you never experienced, but it's embedded.
Second generation Auschwitz,
Right.
second generation raped mother, second generation molested father. Everything impacts you, and then it wires into your language system,
Right.
and you pass it right on to the next person.
That's the neuroscience.
That's what it is.
And that's what's causing triggers. So if your family had experienced or your mother experienced raped or even with men,
Yes,
men can get raped too.
yes, they can.
And that's why it's embedded into the next generation
If it
experiencing.
goes, it takes 2 generations to change the neurobiological makeup. That's 2 generations. That's not very much.
No, it's not.
It takes 2 generations of my work for the grandkids to benefit.
So I see that longevity work of it.
Yes, I had a couple who had 2 children that they scripted.
Right? Fear?
Then they got married
Yeah.
and had 2 more. Totally different because the parents were different.
Oh. So once they got understand what's going on with their family history script, they would actually have to come and rewire the brain so the next generation doesn't have that effects.
That's exactly right. Isn't that amazing?
That is quite an amazing.
Norman Doidge wrote a book, and it's called The Brain That Changes Itself. We didn't know that the brain could change itself 20 years ago,
Right.
but people in Italy came across it,
Mm.
and Norman Doidge wrote a second book, How the Brain Heals Itself. Do you know how it does?
How?
Changing language. Those 10 phrases, I have 10 phrases that I teach people.
Right.
Don't say I should, you should.
Okay.
Don't say would it be all right, say I want.
Right.
Don't say I will try, I will do it to the best of my ability. And put politeness at the end of a sentence. Not, Mom, can I go out? No. Mom, I want to go out. May I? Put politeness at the end of a potent request.
Why is not in the front?
Because when you put it in the front, you're begging.
Ah.
Mom,
Please.
please.
Okay.
You gamey.
Ah.
Do you see what I mean?
I do.
Now, here's a big one.
Okay.
Never apologize for a mistake.
Oh, this is interesting. Why is that?
Because you're supposed to make an amends.
Oh.
See, AA is designed as a cognitive behavioral therapy system.
Right.
Okay? And that's why so many addicts go to AA, because they're taught how to talk and negotiate. And what's this drink going to cost me?
Right.
You see? What's the price tag for it? So the truth of the matter is, when you know you're doing something wrong, you apologize. When it's a mistake, you make an amends.
Okay.
I made a mistake and I feel badly. Not I'm sorry. You didn't know you were doing it. See, when you're scripted to talk stupid and gamey,
Right.
you have to learn what isn't scripted and gamey.
Yes, so that's breaking the
Otherwise,
habit.
you can't, you're wired.
Yes,
Do you see?
I do.
Okay, so that's one. Then there's another one. This is what American women are using a lot.
What's that?
I feel that you're a mean man.
Okay.
There is no feeling called that.
Yeah.
There is no feeling called like.
Yes.
Do you see?
I do.
So it's, I feel angry that you're doing that. The word after feel has got to be an affect word. Otherwise, you put a feeling with a thought which neutralizes it. That's gamey.
Got it.
Do you see how
I do.
my stuff?
I do.
You see?
Yeah.
And this is what I teach.
I love it.
What's nice about it is in 1 hour to 2 hours,
Right.
I can have a couple speaking as if they were normal. And I record every session for them.
That's amazing. That's
How
important.
many therapists record sessions?
Not a whole lot.
No. But they need that so they can listen to what they learned over
and
over and over again.
Right. And I hear that and I see that, how scripted, how is that so important?
Yes.
Especially if they wanted to rewire the brain.
Yes.
Especially. And you were saying as a transactional analyst, and that's just how you kind of benefit from them, kind of moving forward the relationship, preventing fights.
I help them negotiate deals about time, space, money, and play, non-sexual and sexual. It's chapter 14 in my book, Getting to I Do. You want to get my book?
Yeah, sure.
Get both of them down. Get all three.
Your
Now
books.
I'm going to show you a funny joke.
Okay.
Okay. You notice how small that is?
I do.
You know why it's small?
Because it's easy to carry and it's
Because
really...
men don't like big self-help books.
Oh, right.
This is my con.
I love
now,
it.
I'm just going to open it up
Okay.
and read something.
Sure.
Because every sentence
Right.
could be a doctoral dissertation. Pleasing others first is good for charity, but not for favors. No favor goes unpunished. Charity is what you do for people who cannot do for themselves, babies, old, and the sick. Favors are what you do for people who can do for themselves, but you don't want them to be independent. So you interfere and do it for them, helping them be dependent on you. I could write a book on just that one thing.
I love it.
I've been writing this book for 47 years.
Oh, wow.
I've upgraded it. You see, look at the first. I'm dealing with the East and the West.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
And then I-ness.
Right.
Then
We-ness.
we-ness.
Right.
Then us-ness. You
Oh, there's
see?
the parent. Yeah, I see that.
Isn't that wonderful?
I love it. I'm going to show the audience quickly. So this is her book right here that she was referring to. Sorry, my hands are slightly in the way. I will leave all the links down below. You can get a copy of her new book, or a gift to your hubby as well.
That's right. And the other books. Here's Getting to I Do. This is my prize winner.
Yes, I agree.
You know they couldn't figure out what to name it at William Morrow?
No.
This was written in 1994.
Yes.
They couldn't concept.
Really?
The guy that was the director there,
Yeah.
he offered some money to somebody that could name the book.
Oh, really?
You know who named it?
Who did?
He did.
Interesting.
He did.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
didn't know
perfect. It's getting to. It's not being.
Yeah.
It's getting to I do. Isn't
Wow.
that wonderful?
That is wonderful. I love it.
And
then
then-
this is your...
This one is not as popular. People want to get married,
Yeah,
but they don't want to do what it takes to stay married.
I see that.
So you can order this from Amazon,
Yes.
and it's a good book, but it's more technical.
I love it. This is one of my favorites.
I know that, but I mean,
They're all my
them
favorites.
too.
So this is her other book right here. It's pretty amazing stuff.
And then there's
features.
The Truth About Men, and there's the answers.
Yes,
You know, there's
I love it. It's all very scientific.
everything is scientific. I'm a nerd.
I agree, and I'm too. So I see that, and this is the book that I'm studying off, right? And it's called Scripted People Live, and there is the gaming as well. So those are a few books that you recommended.
Yes, totally.
And that's a good start for anybody who wanting to date for the first time, or wanting to really make clear communication.
Or listen to my show, LA Talk Radio, on Thursday nights, 5 to 6. Call in.
Yeah, and you can, it's a live audience, and you can call in and ask questions regarding about the relationship that you might be struggling with. And her work is just by far the most phenomenal, and a lot of people follow it and have cherished your work, and just really, such a great pleasure.
God's done a good job through me.
Yes, and I'm very happy that you're leaving this legacy here.
I'm doing it, and I'm enjoying my life.
And I'm so grateful. So everyone, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I'll leave every description below, and if you want to book an appointment with Dr. Pat Allen, she's in person, or you can talk to her over the phone. I'll leave it all down linked below. You can make that appointment, and her website and all her books. So thank you so much, everybody, and I hope you enjoy as much I did, always reviewing her work, and it's just amazing. So thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye now.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much, Dr. Pat, for being here.